strong because Jehovah built it. You can feel the spirit and positive energy. Questions asked comfortably like you're talking with family. Get ready to settle in. Wait for the show to begin. Invite a couple of friends. It's time for Unhinged.
What's really good?
A family home is the sole purpose to get you home. Whether you need roadside assistance or transport services, we have a flatbed big enough to transport any vehicle to its destination. Our offer to you is our gratitude and great service at a much cheaper price. We are also open to transport through long distances. If you need us, all you have to do is call that number. I'll see you soon.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all all right? I mean, what's really going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. You're tuned in to Unhinged Live. I'm your host, Nikita Tilted Halo Hansford, and I'm sitting alongside my very good girlfriend, Karen Sims Harrell of Twisted Threads LLC. Thank you again for your patience as you waited for us to pop on screen on tonight. Y'all already know how it goes down. When there's too much power on the line, baby, every now and again, a thing might actually short circuit. So what I am going to do, because I see some other things going on my end, is I'm going to toss the mic to Karen, because you already know what it is. It's been a long time, or at least a week. We shouldn't have left you without two dope chicks to listen to. So I'm gonna hop off real quick and get me some time going here, Miss Karen, as I ask you to share with our listeners and our viewers how you doing on tonight. All right.
I'm going to start there. No problem. Listen, this is why we do this together for all of you. Karen Sims, Harold, glad that you all have joined us. If you are trying to figure out, should I have signed in tonight? The answer is absolutely yes, because the power that will be presented on this evening is going to be something amazing. And so the question always is how I'm doing. Now, I know my sister has visually left the room for you all to see, but she's listening. She's got an ear. And so as we come into this evening, it's the end of the evening on a Tuesday night. Y'all know we always come into you Tuesday around 7-ish. We also remind you what? If we happen to be a few minutes late, it's okay. You know why? Because it's our show, and the energy that we're coming to bring, the love that we're coming to bring, and just the connections that we are looking to bring. Listen, we understand enemy going to be mad tonight. Let me just say it already. The enemy is going to be mad tonight. And so as we're thinking about all of the things for our day, I'm excited. I've been looking up to this day, to this time, right? So I'm so super excited because, we had some special guests. Like tonight's special guest was booked, and then last week was amazing. And I'm still going through the reels and the nuggets that were dropped last week. And I just feel like this is going to be a little bit of a part two. Let's just say last week, if you didn't do your study, y'all know if you hear Coach Cash, it's going to be homework for sure. Last week was your prerequisite course for this evening because we got a powerhouse coming to us. We're super excited. My sister is back and in place. I just think, the system is like, well, she left last week, so we're going to see what she do. Listen, these systems be really sentimental, right? And temperamental when you touching buttons the particular way. And so they, I don't know, Tilda, your sister might feel some type of way because it's like, this is our every week date. So we gonna massage all of the systems and tell the systems we love y'all. We thank y'all for working in coordination with all of the bigness that's all around us. And now everybody get in alignment because here we go. Tilty, how you doing?
Here we go. here we go. Thank you so much for holding it down as always, Coach Cash. I appreciate you, sister friend. I really, really do. And it looks like StreamYard is actually trying to catch up with the visionary that is moi. So check it out. You already know how it goes down if you've been riding with us for a while. You know I'm going to take the opportunity to give our weekly super fan shout out. And of course, I don't know if you've been paying attention today. I posted earlier about tonight's conversation. This conversation on tonight promises to be a barn burner. It's actually been 2 years in the making for me, myself, and moi. All right. So you've already gone ahead and enlightened our viewers and our listeners as to how you're doing on tonight, Karen. So I'll just go ahead and catch y'all up with what's going on with me. I actually had some time to sit it on down this weekend. Since we've newly taken to networking during the week, making sure that we avail ourselves to opportunity to take ourselves a little step further in our branding process. So, I got to reconnect with some friends and engage with some new acquaintances as we continue the build that we're building here at Unhinged Live. Listen, it's a lot going on. And I wish I could see what we're seeing right now. Karen, you spoke power to the line. I can legitimately see loops and swoops and switches and turns where things are legitimately getting in alignment. And you know what, Karen, in full transparency, let me talk to you, sister. Let me share with you again what I think it might be. With tonight's conversation, we are apprehending a thing, baby, something that you and I have been declaring since the start of Unhinged Live, or Unhinged with Tilted Halo, before it transitioned into Unhinged Live that comes before y'all weekly. We've been declaring zip codes and area codes for at least 2 years. We decided that when we hopped out into this digital environment, we were going to go after every single conversation we desire to have. And having the access to dive in through technology, we have the ability to be on the West Coast of the United States of America on tonight, while we're sitting in our little East Coast domiciles, if that makes sense. So what we're experiencing here may be the interconnectivity between the two networking systems, bi-coastal networking systems. Yes. But of course, y'all already know there's a certain level of gifting that I carry where I'm reading the lag and I understand what's really going on. How about that, Karen? How
about good. That? Very good.
Very good indeed. So what I'm going to do, and I thank you all for your patience as y'all wait for me to make sure I hear the drum roll all the way out before I get to talking. Y'all know I don't do dead space very, very well. But I promise you, we finna light it all up in this room on tonight. So Karen, can I get that drum roll, please? All right. I heard the last symbol tinkle, 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 tinkle. So I got to go ahead and ask you all to lean in a little bit closer as I give this week's super fan shout out. Tonight's super fan shout out goes to a young lady who I made acquaintance with a few years ago as I, hop my hind parts back onto the catwalk, onto the runway. Yes. Now, this young queen, she immediately caught my attention because she was much like myself, one of the only natural haired beauties standing in that line, ready to walk it out for all of the creatives who were at the Creatives Warehouse. Since I made her acquaintance, I've watched her grow and make strides as a model, and now she serves the NEPA community as one of the model coaches. That's right, y'all, out of coach. I gave y'all a clue. The natural hair princess that I refer to on tonight is none other than the beautiful princess, Tiana Coachman. Clap it up for Tiana Coachman on tonight, please. That's right. We are going to clap it. Now, I say her name, and I hope what I share about this sister is not too much, but what I will tell you that she's a mother, y'all. You know, like we heard our girl Keke Palmer declare years ago when she was caught up in that little bit of foolishness with her baby daddy. Yes, this one here is a mother, but she is a mother and killing it, building a legacy with every single step and stride she takes on the runway as she pursues her dreams to dominate within the fashion industry as one of the premier models from the Lehigh Valley. So Tiana, I want to take this time to say I love you, princess. God bless you. May he continue to order your steps. I'm proud of you, girl. I watched you work and facilitate the action happening behind scenes at NEPA in the season that just passed. And I just want you to know and shout you out publicly, baby, I'm proud of you. Keep going, keep growing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in season 3. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. So, Karen, it looks like we may have a guest. I don't have any shadows today because if you can't see behind me, today I have, oh my goodness, a lot of sunshine here in these Phillipsburg, New Jersey streets. So I want to go ahead and give you all a good shout out on tonight and let you all know who's coming on screen. Listen, you all know I am not a stranger to sharing any parts of my growth story as we journey together as a family, as a tribe here on Unhinged Live. And tonight's guest was an absolute blessing to me during one of the darkest seasons of my life. Y'all see me out here rocking my natural tresses, and you've seen me do it for upwards of 25 years. But what you didn't know was when I made this gentleman's acquaintance, okay, out here in these internet streets, baby, he was a godsend because my hair had fallen out in patches as I was grieving my mother. So with the help and support of Regal Rhonda, you know, I made the connection with Brother Emery, and I took part in his 90-day hair challenge. This was after I had gone through the big chop and had resorted to just wearing my twist extensions during my grow out process. Y'all know, again, I have a very personal relationship with my 4B hair, and it is absolutely lovely if you cannot see on tonight. And it is this lovely on tonight simply because I use my cousin's product. So go ahead, bring him in the room, Karen. Bring him in the room.
Welcome.
What's really going on?
Don't you start.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Listen, you have created a problem with that one line right there. So what happens next, Emery, I cannot save you from, okay? We got the cousin singing our tag line.
Check your email, Rhonda.
It is on and popping tonight.
I'm sorry. I'm over here trying to gather myself as I'm trying to tell Rhonda to check her email. I'm so excited to see you here on tonight, Emery. And if you couldn't hear from the brief intro I was able to give, because I want you to be able to tell the people all about yourself. You are an absolute inspiration. Not only have you been an inspiration to me when I fell in love with your product, of course, you know I had to let my natural trust daughter try it. and she also became a client as well. We've been riding with you since the brown pudding days, and I'm just gonna go ahead and hold it up. Okay, I'm not just here having a conversation with some random that I met in the internet. I am not only a fan, y'all. I am a user. And these coils that you see in my hair are compliments of my family hair care, this little jar of magic.
Listen, I'm loving it. You know, I'm still
so Karen. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off screen.
Yes. Listen, you already
All
know.
Right, I'll be right back. Okay.
That is gonna happen. So I got chocolate pudding over here, right? So I am a new family member. So I just got on board with you all this year, and similar to my sister's story, right? We consider ourselves queenagers, right? We not old ladies, but we are queenagers, and we face different things, right? Different times and things that go on with our hair as aging is happening, as we out here living, stressing over kids and family, spouses, job, everything. But one of the things that I love is both Keita and Regal Rhonda. We're like, we've got this product. Now, here's the deal. I've been in the background, Emery, the whole time when it was by a different name, right? But then the whole family came out. It was like, what? Okay, now you got me, because you treat family right, don't you? Right? Like we could talk about a whole bunch of other stuff, but when it comes to our families here, and that's us, that's our loved ones, and not just females, right? The brothers are out here killing it with this as well, making sure that our tresses are beautiful, are coily, and that we are celebrating our individual unique curl patterns, right? So I want to give an opportunity, because we could spend this whole time talking about how much we love this product, how much our hair loves these products. And I'm easily transitioning, because I am not giving this up until it's all the way gone. Now, listen, I only got this bottom realm left down here, but I didn't wait. So for any of our brothers and sisters, you're like, well, I'm going to wait till I finish and then I'm going to get it. People are out here talking about this vanilla pudding. So while I'm finishing, and I do mean good to the last drop, Emery, while I'm finishing the last drop of my chocolate pudding, I done already ordered and received my vanilla pudding, because what we not going to be out here in these natural hair tress streets is not be without product, right? So I know a couple of people have experienced that, and then it's like, well, I gotta wait. I don't have time for that. So I want to back us up a little bit, and when you see we're a bit excited to have you here, but the love is real, and we thank you for the mutual love that you're sharing to us. But can you tell our audience a little bit about this origin story? Like, give us maybe a 2-3 minute of how it started to how it's going, and then we're gonna get right in here to hopefully inspire those folks that have dreams, that have a heart to help people in the way that you have done. Now, nobody could do it quite like you. I'm just going to put that out there, but somebody could be inspired by your story. So give us a little bit of your origin story, Emery.
Well, firstly, I want to say thank you so much for having me. I am fanning out. You both are really, really important to our family hair care community, and I really thank you for inviting me and being such grace as host tonight. Let's give yourselves a round of applause, please. Very well deserved. My name is Emery. I am a lot of things. Was never really into like the beauty hair care scene. For those of you who don't know me, my background, I'm an attorney. I have 5 different degrees. I have a degree in political theory, constitutional democracy, one in psychology. I have a law degree. I have a degree in corporate law and finance. I also have a degree in intellectual property, a master's degree. So I have this vast background, but none of it is in like hair care or beauty or anything. So in 2017, I was living in Los Angeles, working for a firm downtown. Long story short, I went to get my hair cut. This is my signature bun, my Emery bun. I've worn it for years. And my barber, he told me, he was like, I braid hair, we can just do some braids one day. So one day I was feeling adventurous. And I said, I'm going to get my hair braided today. So he took out my bun and he parted it in the middle. And he tapped me on my shoulder and said, hey, you have a huge bald spot in the middle of your hair. And I did not believe him. And when he showed me it in the back of the mirror, I just like, my heart just dropped. So long story short, I have been making my own hair care products, but when new products come out, you want to try, the newest thing out there. And every time I would do that, I would always nurture my hair back to health and then start trying something else because either I got too lazy to make it myself or something new came out and my hair would fall out or begin to give me issues. So when I had regrown my hair with just this one product that I had made, and it also was able to manage my very, very, very difficult to manage 4Z hair, then I knew I had to offer it to other people. And that's when, Phamily Hair Care, or formerly Photogenic Hair Care, was actually founded later that year. And we began, and we have not stopped since 2017.
Love it, love it, love it. And it seems like such a short time, right? When we think about just our personal journeys and all of the things. But I want to piggyback off of what Tilted is mentioned about this being heaven sent, right? Because 2017, that we still, I think that was probably around the time that I was 2 years into being natural. So that whole thing that you mentioned, Emery, of let's try this and that, go try that and go try that. Honey, I done tried them all and my hair just did whatever it wanted to do in that time. But I love what you were mentioning about nurturing the product and how you didn't keep it for yourself, right? Because you could have just been a gatekeeper. We got a lot of people who might be in their kitchens right now and they like, I got the answer to whatever the next thing is, but they're only using it on their hair. They're only using it on auntie's hair. They're only using it on grandma's hair. What was that kind of turning moment for you that you were like, oh no, we putting this out there because we know that it'll be able to help the world?
There were two things. Number one day I was at Kroger grocery shopping, and there was this lady, like, she was like 4 people behind me in the back of the line, and she was like, "Hey, what do you use on your hair?" And she was just yelling over people, and I was like, "Okay." And then I was trying to tell her, like, I made my own product. It was just like so awkward. So I had to. So that ordeal, like, okay, I know people like are thirsting for a solution because I was too. And then the second thing was I had a fraternity brother who had a really big heart to heart with me. I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay.
My fraternity brother was like letting me know, that he had lost his hair, and he was just always the guy that was known for having the good hair. And he was like, I don't even know what my new identity is going to be anymore. And like that is traumatizing for many people, especially when you think about your life trajectory and not only like what you want to accomplish in life, but how you want to look in life, And to me, this is a gift that I wish, someone had given me, because I was, I was surfing the internet, looking up, I went to a doctor to get a hair transplant, and I probably would have did that, but it was just unaffordable. It was like $10,000 or $12,000 just for the front hairline. So Phamily Hair Care, just like for thousands of others, has been a godsend for me also. So I'm grateful as anyone else who uses the product because of it, I do have my hair.
Love it, love it, love it. So shout out to the woman, 4 people behind you, because many of us wouldn't do that. We'd be like, and I promise I would be there like, lovely hair, I wonder what he uses, and not even ask you the question, but be like, I don't care about nobody in front of me. I need to know what it is. So shout out to all of those who are going to be inspired to inspire the visionaries, right? That help us in these spaces. Everybody know Coach Cash is going to fan out for it. Yes. What were those moments that said, all right, then let's go for it. So I cannot, Emery, I got to take a quick moment. My dear beloved sister has joined us, and for anybody else, I might keep talking, but I gotta at least acknowledge my birthday twin, right? My dear sister, Regal Rhonda Thomas Booth. Welcome.
Hi everyone. Hi ladies. Hi Emery.
Hi Rhonda.
Surprise, Emery.
I love Rhonda.
I know you do. So, I like to do things a little different. You've been with us for a while, watching us grow, Emery, over the course of time. And I thought, why not have a live hair demonstration using family hair care on tonight's broadcast. And who other than the legal one herself? All right. Now, you just mentioned you not being a gatekeeper, and you already know what it is when it comes to Rhonda, Emery, and Karen. She does not gatekeep any of the intel because she is just who she is, sprinkling her glitter all over the world. So tonight we get a live product demo with the founder and creator. Again, I told you I put too much of my joyful into these here airwaves that it caused StreamYard and my HP laptop to try and glitch up. But y'all already know Miss Tilted, my government name is Nikita, which means victorious people, which means I stay winning. I shall never be defeated. And I promise you, my hair will never be defeated because of family hair care. Now, I'm not sure what style Rhonda has chosen to go ahead and do live on tonight. So what I'm going to do, Emery, because you've done this so well and you're actually doing this right now, you've got another hair challenge going on where you're teaching people how to use the product basically one-on-one, again, all through the video. So I'm going to take a step back and yield the floor to you, King, if you do not mind.
Absolutely. So we have a brand new formula of family hair care. Our original formula is amazing. It's what grew my hair back. It's what gave me the waves. It's what gave me the shine, the definition. But our color for the original formula is a brown color, and we want to cater to our audience. We have a lot of older users. They say, "Hey, I'm really enjoying my silver hair." So the brown kind of makes it a little sandy color. So we wanted to cater to them, and in doing so, we actually improved the formula so much. It's like it's a lot more concentrated, way more easy to use, and and right now we're doing 30-day wash and goes. And for those of you who've been natural for the natural, like my wash and goes didn't even last me till lunchtime. Okay, so to go 30 days with the wash and go is just like it's called the $1 million wash and go because I would have paid $1 million for this, a couple years ago. But yeah, so we have that with the product now, and that's what we're doing every week. We do Q&A, we do demos, we answer questions every Thursday to make sure that everybody is getting their personal best hair results. So, Rhonda, can you walk us through what we have in mind for tonight?
I am going, because before I came on, I looked crazy. And that was work here, came home, lay down, flatten it out. So right now, I'm wetting it to give it some moisture.
I think we have to, I think we failed to introduce the guests on here for our So for those of you who do not know, Rhonda's hair has a persona of her own. Can you introduce her to the crew, Rhonda?
Oh, this is Nazinga. Zinga does whatever she wants. Zinga rocks whatever she gets. Zinga used to be moody because I've tried every product. I've tried so many products. I was a product junkie until I discovered I got all my jars. So I've saved all my jars from the first photogenics, the family hair care, to the new improved formula. So Zinga got used to it, and I can't put anything else in my hair. I can't go back to try anything. Gels, butters, it has to be this. My hair got so used to it, I cannot leave home without it. So when I travel, I make little containers and I take it with me. Because this, I have to have it. I have a little bit in my bag, like a small container in my bag, because if I'm stuck anywhere and I gotta look cute, I need to slick my edges down and put it in. And I rock whatever I get. I mean, I used to be so concerned with how should my hair look for this event? How should I be when I go in public with natural hair? This, when you start with it, either one, when you start with the family hair care line, all that goes out the window because your hair looks so fabulous. You just step out and the world just like, look at it. That's how my journey started. My journey started with family hair care by trying to find something that my hair would like, and it loves it. So right now, what I'm doing is adding some of the new and improved formula. This is the first time I'm using it because I have oil. I just put oil in my hair to go to work this morning. So it's pretty dry. So I am not one to like I section crazy because that's how I go in. I'm like, she doesn't need to be like perfect. She just needs to be moisturized. So I start and then I get it to the ends. And then I start getting like my curls forming.
And you can see it already.
Yeah, I do this all. She's good. She's like, I'm happy. Give it to me. So this is how I go in with it. I cream it up in my hand and I rub it through my hair because I don't do sections like that. I do sections if I want to do a flat twist. But if I just want to go like a serious wash and go or just wet it and go, like if tonight I'm going to dinner, this is something I would do. I would spritz it, let her fall.
And already, Rhonda, we see the change in your hair, right? Yeah. Like we see the texture changing, we see it forming and just laying where it lays. So good job, Zinga. Good job.
Zinga lays right when she's happy. Because when you see her in a big fro, she's like, all right, I'm free today. That's all I want to do today. Is like, I just want to be free. So this is what I do.
Love it.
And I'm going to take some from here. And my hair has thickened up. That's one of the things I like with the family hair care. Because going through menopause, I was getting thinning spots at the top.
Yeah.
And it's nothing that I put out there saying, oh, what can I get for menopause? Because biotin does not work so well with me. Biotin breaks me out. So I started rubbing it in my scalp. And that's how my hair looks a little thicker now. Because before I was afraid to part my hair because instead of a road, I got like a highway. So I kind of like happy now that I can rub this all in my scalp and don't have to worry about buying anything else to take care of my hair. This one isn't going in, but this is how I would like come home if I have a meeting to go to and I want a quick do. And I love to make sure my edges are laid. I don't lose these edges. I'm like, nope, don't do wigs. The braids break up my hair. And I save my edges with family hair care. And I get some in the front here. And this, I just put around my ear. And I am ready. And I like to fake it till I make it because I cut my hair. I'm one of those people that keeps trimming or cutting. So I know people like to have that length check and all that. I don't do that. I just go for like more styles than like for my hair to grow. I'm on the healthy route, not really the retain length route because I'm always cutting my hair. And I do something like this.
And we got a whole new hairdo.
Can't come on here with nothing like that. Nothing like that.
In like 5 minutes. Listen, Rhonda, the thing that we fan out over, of course, I feel like you recruited all of us, but everything that you said, the health stuff, knowing the different journeys, but looking to see how different, right? In 5 minutes. Now, if you wanted something else, like you mentioned, flat twist, you want to section it out, you want to fluff it up, you want more definition, so many different ways to do it. But there's nothing like seeing this live, right? Seeing the formation of this. We could tell you anything. Somebody could come and be a professional hairstylist and make us look beautiful because many of us spend loads of money trying to do that. But just within minutes, Rhonda went from work here to watch our husband. We going outside somewhere here. All right, it's not tilted at the dark, so I'll be good. But look at the transformation of what it is that we're seeing. And so, when we start fanning out over here, it's because it's for real. And you see the curls coming. They are slaying, and just excited about being able to see in real time. So this is not just a product that we're like, we don't know what to do with it. All three of us and many more are using this, are being able to see the benefits for our hair, for healthy hair, for restorative hair, but also hunty, because we like to look good. I think that's the part that we are not, I'm not going to let us skip over. We like to look good when we're going out, and look at this amazing presentation that we have here. All right, Rico Rhonda. Thank you.
2 styles in like less than 5 minutes. You can go, and that's what I like about it. When I put my hair up in one in the crown, I just come, water wakes it up. I just spritz my hair and a new style. I leave work, I come home, I have to go out, I get my evening style. So saying you can't look professional for work, you can absolutely look professional for work with natural hair. I've done it. I've seen some beautiful sisters do it. My whole tribe here can do it, and we have been doing it. So no excuses to go healthy. None whatsoever. None.
Right. Now, and thank you so much for that beautiful, beautiful product demonstration, Rhonda. You know, and while we're here publicly, I just want to thank you for sharing your fluffy, non-manipulated curl pattern with the world. Because unfortunately I didn't get to see the reveal live and direct because I wasn't in the office that day, but you made sure the world saw the photos. And of course, you already know I am the fan of my natural curls just doing what they do. But of course, I had to do this coil out. We're going to see how long I can hold this here coil out, because my hair's name is Fufu. That's just Fufu.
Go Fufu.
She's straight from the Ivory Coast, Emery. And she makes sure that she lets out an ancestral type cry when I have been mistreating her. So I want to bring the conversation back to you, Emery, because I have so many questions for you. And I love to listen to the male perspective. And as Karen shared earlier, this conversation is a bit of a tie-in with the little series we're doing as we maintain our summertime fineness. You already know that thing never goes away here at Unhinged Live. As we're preparing for the summer months, we've introduced the world to our sister and new cousin, Janice Kenyatta, to begin the conversation of the importance of caring for Black folks' hair. You are a male voice, a leading male voice in the hair care industry, Emery. And I wanted to know from you, have you heard from many men about how using family hair care has changed their hair game?
Well, it has changed. Speaking of a male who works in corporate America, you know, there's a lot less tolerance for males than it is for females. Like when you go to corporate America, they have their handbooks that you cannot wear hair on your collar, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. But I found that people are a lot more tolerable when you do things well. So that's why I want to tell my brothers and sisters, it's a lot of times it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. Because I've been in interviews with employers where traditionally, you know, suits were worn every day, long hair was frowned upon, and we would hit it off discussing my hair. Oh, how'd you get your hair like that? Oh, well, yeah, my son's cousin is married to someone of color, and they have a kid, and they don't know what to do. It's just like it sparks a conversation. So for me, it you know, being a male, it traditionally is a negative, but I kind of turn it into a positive. And then also we know a lot of other males, you know, who come into the room and command power. I know when my hair was in the iffy stage, when people would stare at me when I'm talking, I'm like, oh my God, are they looking at my hair right now? Oh my God, is my hairline shiny right now? You know, is my forehead shiny or is my hair da-da-da-da? But I mean, it plays a large part in not only who you are, it plays a part of your confidence and how you conduct yourself. And most importantly, it plays a huge part in how you're perceived. And in some instances, the doors that you even get into.
That talk is absolutely correct. You know, we've had several conversations over the course of time here at Unhinged Live regarding the Crown Act and how we've had to basically fight and have laws change to put some respect on our kinks, our curls, our buns, our weaves, our waves. Put some respect on these natural coils because it's the way that God made us fearfully and wonderfully. I love one thing I love about family hair care is that it's a natural alternative to a lot of the other hair growth aids that are out there on the market. A bit more of my own personal testimony. I recently had to cut my hair again because of the after effects of some medication I was required to take for a while. And again, I was searching for a natural alternative. So, I couldn't wait. I was like, whole team on go waiting for you to release this new formula because you heard my cry without me even saying it. I'm one of those girls whose hair is in a funny color. It's a shade of brown that I really can't name. And I prefer that glossy shine on my hair. So when you did this, you partnered with me yet again in my hair regrowth project, a natural alternative. What was it for you, if it was at all, from your personal experience, again, that you would like to reinforce with our listeners that made you go the route of developing something that was so natural for our natural community?
Yeah, absolutely. When I first developed family hair care, it was like 4 different products, and 2 of them had to be refrigerated overnight. It was just like a big convoluted thing. But what I've learned is that when you use different systems, these 4-step, 6-step systems, even if you get good results the first time, you wash day next time, you're like, okay, how much of this did I add before? Or I think I added a little bit more of this because I'm not getting the same results as I got last time. So for me, this took all the guesswork out of it. And I wanted a product that everyone can use. My grandmother, she too made hair care products. She made hair grease. And her hair grease smelled so good. It made everybody's hair grow and everything. But it just would not work for me. My hair is just like 4C, so it wouldn't make my hair do anything. It was like shiny, but when I would go in the sun, I would sweat. The grease would come on your forehead. It would break me out. So to me, and a lot of women who you see, a lot of people who you see who have like really, really bad skin, a lot of times it's because of the hair products that they use, and people just really do they go to dermatologists, they worry about the makeup, they worry about the moisturizer, but then they put all that on. They want to be natural, then they go spray on glue and hairspray and holding spray and all this stuff, and you can really see it in the hairline and stuff. So you want to keep this as natural as possible, and to get a result that not only is strong enough to restore the hair of a grown man, but if you have a baby and you want your baby's hair to train up, and not to have to wait till you 3, 4, or 5 to start looking good even as a kid, you can start training that up at a very, very young age because the product is so natural.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Because I promise you put some natural minoxidil in this here jar. And I bring up the minoxidil because that's what someone recommended to me, bless their heart. Not realizing that I am a researcher. I'm like, minoxidil, I heard about that before. Why are you recommending this to me? But in my research, I discovered it was one of those products, one of those medications that if I was to begin to use it, everything I gain with it, I would lose if I stopped using it. And I'm like, I'm not a fan of anything that could, shift the way my hair follicle works from the inside in such a manner that I would be financially invested in it for the rest of my life if I wanted to keep my thick, full hair. And what I'm going to show you something in my hair. Because my hair is so dense, I'm able to disguise a lot of what's really going on at my root process. So I'm grateful that I got a little, because I color my hair, y'all, because I just want to. But I don't know if you can see that gray right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like an altar point to me from where my hair has grown since it fell out. And I was able to use my Emery bun and use my Lee press on hair. Y'all call it helper hair. I call it my Lee press on hair. I have a drawer full of it that I use to help me stay fly out here in these natural curl streets. When I'm just giving my hair a rest and time to soak in the family hair care product. So thank you again, Emery, for creating something for folks like me, for folks like us. We ain't nothing but a whole bunch of queenagers sitting here, facing that midlife thing where everything starts to change, and you are absolutely a change that every last one of our heads needed. Emery, thank you so much. So thank you all for tuning in. We ain't going nowhere. I just want to take a pause to do this because this is what I do. You're tuned in to Unhinged Live. I'm your host, Nikita Tilted Halo Hansford, and I'm sitting alongside my very, very, very good girlfriends. There's two of them, y'all. Y'all know I like these water people. The birthday twins. I got Coach Cash in the building sitting alongside me on tonight. And of course, the R to the R2K. Queen, the regal one herself, Rhonda Thomas Booth. We're sitting in on a conversation, doing something that I've never done before live. Y'all know I'm queen of go ahead and try, girl, because you can. Yes, we are experiencing, again, a fan out conversation. I don't even know how to act, y'all. I can't really keep my words straight because I'm sitting in with the king, Emery McClendon, Esquire himself. Now, you're a jack of many trades there, Emery. You shared with us earlier in the conversation that you hold several degrees. What made you make the hop, skip, and the jump down degree collecting lane, if that makes any sense? What was your inspiration to become one of the most educated brothers on the block?
Well, first of all, I have ADHD. I hate reading. Like school has never been my thing. But I remember when I was like, when I went to Michigan State, I graduated when I was like 21. I was so young. Like school, I was like, I'm ready to get out here and live, baby. So school was just like not on my radar. And something told me like I want to be a lawyer by the time I'm 30, and I want to, because I just wanted to like plan my life out. I wanted to I always thought about who I wanted to be when I was 55 or 60. I didn't want to be somebody like, oh, I work at the phone company, or I work at, here. I always just thought about who I wanted to be, and I always built my life backwards. And one day when I was like 26 or 27, I was sitting in church, and just like I hear your voice right now when you speak, I heard God say, go to law school. And I remember I drove home from church. I stopped by a store. I bought a notepad. I just wrote everything out, like what I need to do to get in. And then I got in that year, and it was history ever since. I didn't even want to be an attorney, but even going to law school has opened up so many doors in my life. I don't understand why people are telling our youth right now that education is a bad thing, or that, don't go to school and waste your money, or you can't learn anything. Like that is ludicrous to me. We would have a whole world full of dummies if that was the case, because nobody would know anything more than anybody else. So I think that education is really, really strong. And then once I got my law degree, I actually stayed and got 2 master's degrees. I was working for a company who paid for one, and then I was working in a case field of law of finance, and I kind of wanted to go back and get my master's in that, so I kind of did that too. But it was kind of like a necessity. It wasn't like I wanted to be educated. I know I wanted to be a lawyer, so I had to buckle down and do what I had to do. After the first semester, I was like, Lord, is this for me? And then I looked and seen that I had already racked up $40,000 worth of debt, and I said, we go forward, we don't go back. Okay, so and that was my motivation. But yeah, it was. But I feel like it's a blessing, and I've been practicing now for about 14 years.
14 years. You don't look much older than 25, Emery.
Thank you so much. My birthday is next month, and I'll be 45 years old.
Bless you. Right now.
Yes.
Gotta love the melanin. Gotta love the melanin.
I want to see proof, because what?
Oh my goodness.
when I tell people like, hey, like, I've lived so many lives. Like I've been the lawyer, I've been the hair guy. But in everything, it's like how you look and how you carry yourself. It goes a long way. It goes towards your even if you're not even in the room. Oh, Emery, the one with the ball spot, or Emery, the one with the this. Whether it's positive or negative, that's your reputation. That's what you're known for. So it's just up to us if we want to leave that legacy behind. I'm gonna check off as many boxes. Look good, smart, was nice, did this, and that's how you can become a really, really good, well-rounded individual, if that makes sense.
Oh, that makes perfect sense to me, which goes back to what I said. Listen, I'm going to do something simply because I can. It just seems to me that you managed to keep yourself relevant in so many arenas out of boredom, Emery. Is that what it really was? Because I believe I also have ADHD, and when I get bored, I start doing things, and next thing you know, we got another leg of the brand.
Absolutely. And I'm a very, very hard worker. So I've never had a job for more than like 2 years. I come in, I get the lay of the land, I work my way up. If they tell me, hey, you can't get promoted for another until you need time on title for 2 years, I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying? I already got the knowledge. I'm taking it to my next situation. But Family Hair Care, I've been here for almost 8 years, and it's like it just evolves so much. It's like I never get bored, But I am like you. I get bored very, very easily. I'm always looking for the next, for the next challenge, or the next phase, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, absolutely. So listen, I know you all see a whole bunch of chocolate faces here on the screen. All right. I just got to say this because I see our beautiful Soleil in the comment streets. What's up, Marisol? We see you. And this is for you, Emery. Marisol is saying that she thought you were 25.
Thank you, Marisol. Bless you. I will accept it from your lips to God's ears. Back to this face, okay?
And I'm so glad that you made your next comment, Marisol. You need this for your nieces, and you, girl. This is why we here, because that's exactly where I was headed. So you could get the next leg of this conversation. This product is for every single hair type known to man. I repeat, this product is made for every single hair type known to man. So it doesn't matter if your hair is yellow, black, or white. Listen, this thing right here is gonna make that hair all right. I'm talking family hair care, y'all. So clearly that was a consideration for you, Emery, when you were developing the product. Did you get a lot of input in your think tank process from communities that weren't African American?
Absolutely. When we first began, we got a lot of inquiries from foster parents. There are parents that were not of color who foster kids who were of color, and they had no clue how to attack, which is more like I don't even know how to approach this, but it was very difficult for them to deal with hair of a different texture. You wash it differently. They had different products. So for me to be able to introduce this one product that they can not only use on their foster kids but for themselves also. So now when you go into the bathroom, you don't have to have the product in the corner for the black kids, and then for everybody else, there's just one product for everybody. So to me, it's been a godsend. I've got a lot of great feedback from it, even from the foster parents. Well, hey, I was bought in a little bit. I didn't even know I needed this myself, but thanks so much. So it really works wonders for everyone in the family, no matter what your hair texture is, and that is, like, to me, one of the best things about the product.
Oh, now y'all, I know y'all sitting over there looking at me like that's all keto right there, because you all know I every now and again like to refer to myself as America's favorite former foster kid. I was a foster kid myself, and I can remember many years ago going through how to work with my hair because they had dropped me off at the shelter. So I had to learn products even at that young age to kind of make this thing lay down. So I wouldn't get called those nasty little names out on the playground that, caused me to, display behaviors to make people stand up and recognize that I was there. That's all I'm going to say. Because I don't believe the statute of limitations is necessary. Even though I'm here at this big age. So thank you for pouring your heart for the community into how you've developed this product. And for those of you who are hanging in here with us now on one of our several streaming platforms, and for those of you who are going to be catching this information later, I hope you catch that and share this information about this product with someone that you know and love who might be struggling not only with their own hair, with that of a child that they may be fostering, or a family member who may have just had a downtick on their luck. There is something that's absolutely affordable. Okay, I'm going to put that out there as well. This is a product that's absolutely affordable. As it was mentioned, a little goes a long way, and you put some water, it reactivates. Similar to some of what is the little gizmo? Just a little gizmo. Just the gizmo of hair care, y'all. You put a little water, come back, but it doesn't multiply and do evil, naughty things to you. It actually makes you wear your best hair. That's right. We see it on screen. It's familyhaircare.com. And I had to go there because, like I said, it's affordable. You got a special going on right now, Emery. Can we talk about that?
We do. Well, right now we have our we have an introductory price for our new formula that we just launched about 2 months ago. It's 50% off right now. It's regular $75, and I'm telling you guys, it is worth every penny. If I myself could go on the shelf and buy this, I would. It takes us 3 days to make it. We get the ingredients from 3 different continents. We have Shebe from Africa. And for you guys who are familiar with the Shebe tribes, these are women who have grown their hair all the way down their backs, for generations. And we, import that and we incorporate it into our products so that you can get those benefits too. But right now it's 50% off. And we also do weekly Q&As, and we do weekly lives to show you how to use it. Right now we're focusing on scalp health and scalp restoration. So if you're balding in your hairline, alopecia, thinning areas, we show you, each week how to, regrow step by step and restore that hair so you can get your confidence back and you can have the best hair of your life in your future, not your past.
I know that's right. So Karen or Rhonda, do you have anything to add to the conversation?
Yes, I do. I just want to thank you, Emery, for such a wonderful product. And like I said, my hair can't live without it. So let me know if you're going to take a different path so I can fly over and get me some packets or, some boxes. You gotta let me know. But I just wanted to say that I have used so many hair products. I had like 8 drawers full of hair product. I started with Carol's daughter, and every other, I can go through the list of all the products that I use. And I did some hair shows. I was all into the hair. I paid money to go to hair shows, some in some hotels that I don't know what I was doing there, but I was there. But I've never met anyone who had a hair product and would reach out to those who were using it to get the feedback and to if it didn't work, you were the one saying, reach out, talk to me, DM me, and we can have a one-on-one. And some people, it didn't work for some people. And you showed them, you took them one away from the family group and you dealt with them one-on-one, and they came back to the group and they were like, oh my goodness, I love this product. They share their stories. But I've never met anyone that we could be so close to that does such a beautiful product for all of us. And we have that contact to you. It is amazing. And I think that's something that should be recommended, that not only do you sell a wonderful product, but you're part of the product. You believe in the product. You believe in all the people who use the product. Because anybody, you see a negative comment, you go in. It's like, contact me. And I love that. You don't even give it time. I've never seen a comment where you let that stay. As soon as that comment comes up, you take care of it. You take care of that comment. It was like, what are you doing? Did you do this? Did you do that? Okay, DM me. So I think that's one of the things that when you believe in a product and you put a product out there, you want it to be the best that it can be. And I commend you for that, because I've never had, I started and there was a process. And I think a lot of people that are starting out with a natural hair journey needs to understand it is a process. It is a journey. You just can't put the product in and it works. Because I could say that too. Oh, it didn't work. The first time you're using it, you're here, just like everything else, like the brain. You tell the brain what to do, the brain does it. You tell the hair what to do, the hair will do it. So you have to really understand when you're going on that natural journey, it is a process. It is that journey. And you are the man for that. And I thank you so much. I really do thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I will be in the supermarket with my little containers, giving them out to people. Yeah. Oh, you're using your hair. It's so shiny. It's so curly. Here you go. Try it out. Family Hair Care got some cards. I'll be giving them out. And it got to a point where I was like, okay, people will see me again. Do you got any more of that product? And I'm like, I felt like I was dealing. And I'm like,
that is awesome.
I felt like I was a dealer. Like, you got any more of that product? And I was like, sure, I'll bring you some.
Yeah,
so,
she was.
Thank you.
Rhonda was making deals with the product with me in the corner. In our office, okay. Because we when I true story, I'm here and I'm off work the day that Rhonda starts working at the office. And I come in and I walk into this woman with this big curly fro. And it's like we stopped and we just knew that it was just going to be right. Because first thing out of my mouth, I'm looking at her. I was like, girl, I love your hair. And she says, I love your hair. And here I am thinking, my hair is struggling today. My wash and go ain't quite right. But I run into this sister and I see her hair and she's rocking it natural in our environment as well. So now I have a partner in hair crime, if that makes any sense. So I see Rhonda and she's asking me about my hair because she knows my texture is different. And she wants my hair texture. And I'm envious of hers because it's a little bit more manageable than mine. And one day she came in the office and I noticed something was different about her hair. I just noticed it and I kept watching. And one day I just asked her, excuse me, but I noticed your hair is changing. What are you using? And next thing you know, Rhonda became my photogenics dealer. She became my photogenics dealer. Then one day she was like, no, Emery just gave me a jar to give away. So she came and gave me a full-size jar one time, and I was like speaking in tongues because who's giving away money like that when everybody ain't getting that stem during the shutdown? But here comes little Miss Generous Rhonda saying, girl, look, I got you. I see where you're going. And she handed it to me, and I shared it with Linnea, my daughter, and we've been fans of the product ever since. If my child was not busy, she's not necessarily a little girl anymore. She's 30 years old now. And y'all will always hear me say that child is my hair crush. She's my baby. And she is also a family hair care user. So that's my little testimonial as to how I jumped in the family hair care game. And this explains why y'all see me just wash and go and my curls are still lustrous and luscious. And y'all even see me bold enough to get in front of a camera and do professional photo shoots with my natural hair because I know it looks fabulous. So with or without press on hair, Natural Sisters, y'all can do this. You saw the post after Kenyatta's conversation where I shared with you, we are in a season where many of us are going to have to redirect our funds wisely. And I will just take this opportunity to share, to petition your hearts and your minds live. Consider Family Hair Care for your summertime fun. As you learn the product, you'll learn your hair, and you're going to discover that you're going to have the freedom to hop in all them hot tubs and chlorine filled pools and seawater laced sun and the fun beach activities, and still have your hair come back on popping. Because again, it's several products in one. Not only is this a styler, it's a condition. It's Emery. I'm selling your product in front of
Thank
you.
you, baby. Okay, I'm just sitting here chilling.
She's like,
Let's
you
go.
Well, okay, invested. We are as a family, and when we say family around here, it is not with an F. You know, we ain't normal. We say family, PH.
All right. Now.
We are a fan because our hair is well balanced. That's why I took that.
That part. And you know, I have to come in just to round this out. I think I'm one of the newer family members, and as I mentioned, it wasn't just a play on words, but when you see somebody so involved in the products, we've seen products come and go. We've seen products kind of expand to a high level, and nobody has ever seen the person, right? Like, we got to get on Oprah to get you over here. Well, this is our version of Oprah. You are here on the Unhinged live show, but you didn't have to say yes, right? And so we counted the joy and the privilege, and we love it even more that you count it as a joy and privilege as well, that as you are building, as you're growing. Now, y'all know it wouldn't be in Coach Cash situation if I didn't ask how we getting together, the family reunion. That's all I'm saying right there. When we all get together from our different states, you know, I love it because I'm in North Carolina, and Rhonda and Tilted are both in up north. That's what we say down here in the Carolinas. Y'all up north, up top. But knowing that there are people in my backyard, right, that have been using the product, that have been participating, and it's like one of my things, I promise, I think that's Martha over there. I told her I'm bugging her because you don't always find great hairstylists. So I moved from New Jersey, Pennsylvania area to North Carolina, and I know they got the hairdressers down here, but them hairdressers want to use what they want to use, and I'm not about that life. Like, I wanted to search for a place that not only would be able to, you know, zhuzh me up when I want to do the stuff that I don't always want to twist my own hair. I don't always want to do the protective styles myself, but I love that we get to be in community with the rest of the family, and that you've created a space, and that is encouraged by folks like us, because we're all a part of that community. But having that encouragement from folks to be like, where you going? Oh, they let you use your product. Okay, well then I'll go over there. These people over here, they like, well, you could come, but I didn't ask you what you got over there. I said I want to bring my own, right? And so many of us understand the struggle to get the product, right? Like, I could probably buy a whole house with the amount of money that I have spent in the hair care industry trying to find that thing for me. And for those who know me, they know my curls are a little bit distinct, right? So I got the crinkle curl. I don't know if you could see all of that, but I got the crinkle curl, and that's how I like it. But I also like to be able to not do nothing with this, right? So if I'm scrunching it up, I want to do my hair once or twice a week, and I want 5 different styles, and I want to do a lot with it, right? I'll manipulate it like I'm a twisting queen. Key to know, you ain't really family unless we've been in the meeting and I start twisting my hair. That's when I really don't care nothing. Well, I care about you at a different level, right? But I know that we graduated from a place that I don't care if you care what I'm looking like in this particular moment, because when the sun come up, I'm gonna be cute all over again. So I love the versatility that I get to have with the product itself. So it may be one day that I'm just, you know, all out and hair everywhere, flowers every day. That's just my thing, because I'm gonna bring the sunshine to me first, and then bring it out, give it to the rest of the world as needed. But I said all of that, still going back to the when we getting on the family reunion. All right, I'm gonna yield the mic to somebody else to say something right after.
Well, I'm sitting here keeping my eyes on these comment streets as usual, and I just, I don't know if y'all saw the little Cheshire cat grin that came across my face when I saw this comment populate. And that is our author friend Janice Kenyatta. She just ordered her first family hair care product.
Welcome to the family, dude.
Welcome
to the family. And one thing I can share that I enjoy about my family loving hair is that when people put their hands, when I give them permission, because everybody can't touch my hair, Lord, oh, I'm sorry. When I invite someone to touch my hair, they are amazed at how soft my hair is, because historically, our hair type has known to be a little scruffy in its feel, but my hair is just nourished and just so soft. I can hardly keep my hands out of it. But again, y'all know I'm on this challenge. Y'all see me with this coil out, right?
Get your hands out of it.
Exactly. I have to tell myself to get my hands out my hair because these coils are so soft. I don't want to frizz them, but because I know it's like a problem for me to keep my hands out of my hair. I had a friend tell me I needed a support group because of how much I touch my hair. But you don't understand. It feels so good. It is so soft. But I noticed with any other product, the amount of time I touch my hair and do this that I'm really doing, my hair would have frizzed up by the end of the day. I let the product dry completely in my hair without touching it. That involved me doing some things around the house to keep my hands busy. But I don't have any frizz, y'all. So if y'all see me between now and next Sunday, tell me what y'all think and how I'm doing it. I'm not a person who, this is a simple comb coil out. I call it simple because it's something I know how to do and get done within 2 hours time myself. I just put on a good movie and get the twisting. But I don't do the slick down edge thing either because I'm like, just why? It's not my thing. I'm grateful that all my edges are still intact, but I'm a person who gently rubs my edges upwards. I rub them. I'm not harsh with my edges because, again, as a queen ager, we celebrate the fact that we still have all of our edges.
That's part.
And a full head of hair.
Hey.
And yes, again, y'all, I'm doing this on purpose because some of y'all going to see me Thursday. And I just want y'all to see that this really does work. So Marisol, if you need this for your nieces, go on and get it. If you need it for some of your nephews, go ahead and get it. As we've been sitting here having the conversation, Rhonda's hair has changed again, y'all, if you haven't noticed. Those curls are even more pop-tastic than they were when she finished her second style.
Yes.
So when they're properly nourished, listen, they pop. And I'm grateful that you put it out there, Rhonda. We're not looking for hang time. We're not looking for the length check. And as I shared with someone in the family hair care engagement group you have on Facebook, Emery, I don't begrudge my shrinkage, baby. My shrinkage just tells me that my hair is so healthy that it wants to hug itself. How about that?
All right now.
Yes. Well, me and Karen like, okay.
Okay. All right. And if y'all know I started from the bottom, now I'm here. Come on, y'all. Get you some family hair care. So I neglected to give you the opportunity, Emery, to give a shout out to some of the folks that assist you with this awesome endeavor. This really is a family hair care thing.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead and acknowledge your squad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we are a family-run company. I myself am the CEO. My sister actually is our vice president, and her husband is actually our other vice president. So So us three, we lead the charge, and then we have a little staff of like between 10 and a dozen people, depending on any given time. So it's a really lofty operation, and we love to serve you all. So thank you guys for the support. You keep us going because we wouldn't be here if you weren't here.
Amen. And these strands of hair wouldn't be here if you weren't here. How about that? I'm just going to have to, I got to give you your flowers while you can smell them, because so many times we see when the greats among us depart, that's the first time you ever really hear about the great things that they're doing. Now, with all of your education and all of your product knowledge, are there any specific nonprofit endeavors that Family Hair is involved in? I know you shared about the foster care, the assistance you've offered to those families who've been acquired. Are there any broader endeavors that you're currently engaged in or looking to get into?
Yes, right now, actually, I mentioned my brother-in-law is a vice president of our company. So currently we have a football team here in Las Vegas. We are nationally ranked. We just won like a championship over the weekend. So right now we are getting with the young man and letting them know how to be young man, letting them know how to tie ties, about how your hair needs to be, about, all these things. People think about like natural hair and beauty. They think about, girls and women, but we want, our young kings to be kingly. And if nobody ever teaches them that, if nobody say, hey, polish your crown, hey, do this, hey, do that, hey, this is how a man does this, hey, this is how a man moves. And so that's what we're focusing on right now is our, and it's really ironic because most of our clientele are older women, but we're just focusing on young men right now so we can give them, a good running start, if that makes sense.
I gotta do it. Gotta clap it up. Emery, you are speaking our language, because one thing that we love here with our entire Tilted tribe is we love community, but we love our children, right? We love giving back. We love seeing not just everything be one-sided, right? Because you could just be focused on one part of your community and that's it. But to be able to take those moments giving back to the community, if I could not say that you were not family before, it's official. I promise, because this is what we love to hear. We love to see. We love supporting people who understand the importance of what it is that you said, though looking 25 while you doing. I promise you was going to be nephew before we got off of here. But
we can still be nephew. Hey,
children.
I'm locked in. Okay, I'm locked in.
So you officially cousin. Good stuff. But just love to hear the genuineness, right? That's coming from your heart. And that is the heart of what we do here at Unhinged Live, and how we like and just wish to support businesses that understand the importance of not just the bottom dollar. We're here for it. I promise you we are. But how do we give back to the communities that are providing, right? As you've mentioned, that are providing opportunity for us as well. So shout out to you. Listen, I'm full. I am full. I'm full. Go ahead, Tilted. I'm full.
You full?
I'm full.
Have you had enough, sister? Because I keep going, you're going.
I didn't say I had enough. Okay?
Have enough.
I'm full.
Oh, that's right. That's never enough, Coach Cash in the corner. He's here for all of the things, especially the cake.
Listen, I gotta shout my sister out, my true twin sister. I promise you, she, I guess, got off the church line, and now she done, folks be having Bible study and prayer and everything else on Tuesday night. God bless her. But she the next one. So the cards that I have, Emery, I'm sharing with her, because she shared some personal things with me about her hair journey, and I'm like, well, this working for me. Give me 5 minutes, let me see what it do over here before, because she lived too close, she'll come and literally knock on my door. I needed to make sure that it was right. But what I'm seeing with this is more of us that are of a certain age that are having just experiencing our hair being more mature, right? Nobody talked about this. Janice, you already know. Like us having a book that we talked about the Black folks hair last week and getting both the authors here with us to talk about the journeys that we knew, right, that our journey was personal, but we didn't really know how to create community on which we're to share the challenges that we were having. So many people are suffering in silence, as we talked about, last week. But this product gives us not only the opportunity to kind of fix and correct some of those things, but create community while we're doing it. And hopefully that is something that anybody that's listening tonight is taking away. You do not have to suffer by yourself, right? That was the whole thing that you said, Emery, that you created this product so that, you started sharing it so that other people will have that. Okay, keep going. I done poured it out. Pour it back.
Because I know you. That's why I'm like, I hear the words that are coming out of your mouth, but my shadow now is telling me something different. That's right. Giving back in service. Of course, Emery, expect me all up in your inbox because I'm connected to some people that I'm grateful that I have the ability to be a conduit of connection for you as a certified foster care advocate who has recently put both feet on the scene of some speaking opportunities. Grateful that I'll be able to share some information about family hair care. It's because that's my heart for the little brown girls in the system. Again, I know my own struggle coming up in the system, trying to get somebody to help me with my kind of hair. No, you just can't put water. And no, I can't keep putting heat because all my hair will be on the floor and it will never grow. There was never truly a voice for my kind of hair outside of the people that wanted to have me in the dairy curl and the wave nouveau and the texturizer nation. Imagine again my beautiful surprise when I was able to finally look in the mirror and celebrate the day that I live for, the day I could just really go in the shower, wash my hair, come out, and it just curl up. You mean to tell me I could have got this effect years and years ago had someone given me this information without the ear burns and the neck burns and the scalp burns from the lyre lace relaxers and the ones they said that were no lie, but that was the traumatization, okay? To seeing a tender-headed child go from baby, I love brushing my hair because it's not free. Because it is free of harsh chemical treatment. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. Even through our technical difficulties, we are the little engine not that only could but can. Because just like
and does.
And will. Although, why would you start with me, cuzzy? That's right. Hair liberation is the theme. And I hope y'all know that this ain't necessarily over. Again, we're journeying into summertime fine. And we got a lot of good things going on internally within the tribe with some product development, again, from our very own lovely Princessa Marisol Cologne, our cuticle queen. So what I'm going to do is segue the show because it was an uncommon show tonight. Y'all are so used to me giving you a music break. I allowed Rhonda tonight to display a symphony with her hair because it does beautiful things. Thank you. It does beautiful things. So you get to hang out. Do you have a few more minutes with us, Emery, or do you need to go? I don't want to,
I have time.
You got time? Word. So listen, I'm so glad that you have time tonight because, I'm hospitable. So I got a little bit of a plate to share with you tonight, Emery. And with you as well, Rhonda, because y'all know I sometimes get selfish when I get ready to receive my weekly reflection of purpose. That's right, y'all. We're about to go into our weekly reflection of purpose. where our very own certified master life coach, okay, she ain't come here to play. She coming for all of the aspects of your soul. We are getting ready to receive nuggets of inspiration from our very own. Listen, I'm so proud to call her my best friend, y'all. Coach Cash of Twisted Threads LLC. Coach Cash, go ahead and take it away.
Listen, I've been over here just soaking it all in, but I know my assignment. And so, as I always do with your reflections of purpose, I always come with a title so we can stay focused. We ain't going to be here long, but we're going to make sure we're direct. Get ready to roar. I want to remind us all that we have come through seasons of challenge. We've come through other seasons of triumph. We even are writing books about it. We're writing memoirs. They got the documentaries with our name on it to be the blueprint for what this world is needing right now. There are many people who are around trying to figure out where they can be, where they can get a helping hand, not knowing that we are the helping hand. So I want to remind you all, get ready to roar, because what happens after the roar, right? There's a battle that actually happens after the roar. There is celebration and liberation that happens after the roar. We don't just make noise to make noise. For those of you who don't know, my 11 grandchildren, if they get in the room, forget about it. Turn everything off, because it won't matter. Why? Because they are learning how to roar. And in that learning to roar, they're learning how to amplify their voices. They're learning how to show up for themselves. They're learning that self-care is just every day. But we have to have a roar within us if we expect to teach those around us that there is a time to roar. There is a time to make some noise. There is a time to make sure that you are making impact, not just in your community, but you could start there. Many of us, when we start saying zip codes and area codes, and I got to correct Tilted, we've been saying that for 5 years now. And zip codes and area codes has been our exact portion every single day. Why? Because we stay ready to roar. We understand the assignment, and hopefully those that are coming will also understand it. But those that are already here, we knew that you were part of our tribe because of your roar. And so today, not only are we reminding you to get ready to roar, but celebrate in the roar that you already have in your spirit, already have in your heart. Why? Because it will be the thing that acknowledges liberation for those that are in your corner. It's time for us to make noise, y'all. And so maybe you making noise over there in your area, and I'm making noise here. And you know what happens? Worldwide change. And as always, we remind you what I'm here for. I'm here for the cake, but we can't get to the cake before the work. The work's got to be done. We got to make sure that as we're hearing all these reports, we are not getting anxious, right? Because we biblically are told, be anxious for nothing. But we also know that the spirit of fear is not our portion. So buck up if you need to. Get in alignment if you like that word better. Get ready to roar and watch what comes on the other side of that. That's your word for today. Reflections of Purpose. Tilted, back at you. Ready to roar?
Oh, excuse me. I had to burp a little bit, and
well, you gotta clear it out.
Because that was
she was roaring.
That was a good meal. Okay, thank you so much for those words of encouragement, and I just love again how you and I tend to flow on the same frequency. You are absolutely welcome, Marisol. We got you.
Yes,
it's like you got us, Queen. All right, so check it out. I got to get into that just be outro as I try and fix that one little errant curl that don't want to stay up under. Tonight, I'm going to encourage you all to be free, just as free as this one little errant curl that wants to not lay down and do what it's supposed to do in symphony with the rest of the coils that is surrounded by. Karen, you tapped into the frequency, as did our sister Janice in the comment section. When y'all started throwing out the word liberation, we already know that free is just a simplified version of liberation for those who cram to understand the big words. Those folks that, the big words make you nervous. So I invite you tonight to just be free, free to step into something new, free to take action, to dispel the lies that you convinced yourself were truth, the ones that you keep rolling over and over and over again around inside. Be free from that. Be liberated. Be free. Be free up from some of them wigs that might actually be doing you more harm than good. Yeah, you a baddie today, but is your hair doing better underneath? I need you to be free in every aspect of your life. See, because what happens when you're able to look into the mirror and see yourself free of the bondage of self-doubt, right? Lack of motivation, imposter syndrome that sometimes comes along with those wigs, weaves, and hair pieces. When you are able to look at yourself and see yourself free, you begin to truly embrace every perfection in your mind and every imperfection that you think you might see. Because what you see as imperfect is perfectly perfect for me and my imperfect self. So I'm asking you to live your life free, because if you see what's been happening with the tribe here at Unhinged Live, we are intentional about living our lives of faith out loud, boldly, freely enjoying ourselves. And you see what happens. We continue to grow. We continue to draw others to come on over here and lean in and try and figure out what it is that we got going on with the Unhinged tribe. We ain't nothing but a bunch of free people. Again, loving on life, loving on God, and loving on one another, and loving on the community in which we stand. Just be free. That's your just be free reminder from your girl, Keita, Coach Keita, because I kind of switched my hat. Coach Keita. That one came from Coach Keita, not necessarily Tilted, because Tilted, she tried to come out in that with some of my celery. But I have the ability, thank God, to rein her in at will. And of course, I want to go ahead and give you Miss Mental Health May, the opportunity to give our folks the mental health word of the night. Take it away, Coach Rhonda, Coach Regal.
And yes, it was such a lovely night. Yeah, at least touching the hair. You touch your hair, Karen touch her hair, I touch my hair. And when you talk about liberation, the first word that came to me was emancipate. And that's like freeing yourself from everything that holds you down. And to me, when I take care of my crown, I take care of my whole body from top to bottom. So when I start in the morning, I start at the top, I'm beginning my day mentally ready for the day. Some days I don't want to be ready. So you'll see me, my hair looking all kind of weird, and that's how I feel. But to me, when you start with your hair, you are loving yourself from top to bottom. The fingers in your hair, touching all your strands, you are telling yourself, I love you. I love the way you treat me. I am going to treat you that same way. And when this month, yes, is Mental Health Month. And I think that we all need to be self-aware of the things that you put in your hair, the things you put in your mind, because we're starting at the top. Mental health, we're starting at the top. So the things that you put in your hair, the things that you put in your mind, it all matters. It all matters. And we talk about family hair care, all natural things coming from continents. And for somebody to think about all these things for our hair, why isn't our mind straight? We're walking around with beautiful hair, all the goodness in our hair, but our minds are elsewhere. So tonight, I want to tell everybody, sit down, think about the things that you're putting into your hair. Think about the things you're putting into your mind. Write them down, and then reflect on the things that you see. And emancipate yourself from those things that are holding you back.
Ooh. It's a conversation about freedom. Thank you for the cosign, Regal One. She stayed ready, so she ain't never got to get ready. Shout out to you, girl. You yes, ma'am. That's it. We're gonna raise our jars one more time in honor of the visionary himself, Emery McClendon, Family Hair Care, familyhaircare.com. And that's spelled with the PH, y'all. Yes. I got to give you the last words on tonight, Emery, as we get ready to close tonight's show. Is there any words of encouragement you yourself would like to share?
I would just like to say thank you for having me, and thank you so much for presenting the good vibes tonight. I'm taking them with me even after the call. You guys have such amazing energy and such poignant information, and I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, not only for having me here tonight, but for supporting me throughout the years and encouraging me, because I would not be me without the influences and the contributions from you all. So thank you.
No, thank you, Emery.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Karen. Thank you again, Rhonda, for being my hair model, because you is a whole model. That's what you do, girl, and you do it so well. I appreciate you, and thank you all in our listening audience, the viewers, the listeners, our replay viewers. We love y'all the most. We are Unhinged Live, and we got. Is it another tribunal scheduled for next week?
Why, yes, it is.
We got a tribunal, y'all. So when you get used to, when I say tribunal, you already know Tribe 2.0 will be in the building, and we've got a lot really going on. We like to come back and share with y'all as we, as a Unhinged Live tribe, continue to grow community together. We are Unhinged Live. God bless each and every one of you. Get you some family hair care. Holla. And it's a wrap.
We out.
Good night.